Hello and welcome to Rob's 3-Minute English, your home to weekly 3-minute English lessons. I'm your host, Rob. Today is our second lesson, and it's our first TOEFL lesson, and we're going to be focusing on independent speaking skills. But before we get started, I'd like to do an overview of the exam just to help students who are beginning to study for the TOEFL. The TOEFL is made up of 4 parts. There's a reading section, a listening section, a speaking section, and a writing section. And each section is worth 30 points, making a perfect score 120. But any score 100 and above is a very good score, and that's going to meet your language requirements for Ivy League schools and top colleges and universities in the United States. Scores 80 and above are good scores, and that's going to meet your language requirements for most colleges and universities in the United States. I've taught TOEFL for many years, and what I've always liked doing was teaching speaking and writing together. And the reason is the questions are very similar. Really, a speaking question can also be a writing question. A writing question can also be a speaking question. The only difference is the speaking questions you're giving a spoken response, and the writing questions you're giving a written response. Now, with speaking, there are 2 types of questions. The first one is the integrated question. And with this question, you're going to have a reading section and a listening section. And then afterwards, you're going to compare and contrast the 2. The second type of question is independent question. And that's what we're going to be focusing on with today's lesson. And with this question, you're first going to get a very simple question. Then after you have the question, you're going to have 15 seconds to prepare, and then you're going to have a 45-second response. So let's go ahead and start our timer, and we'll get a little bit more in depth on the independent speaking on the TOEFL. All right. So you're going to get a simple question, and we're going to work with this question. Who is the person that had the largest impact on your life? Give reasons and details to support your answer. So there's a lot of things that you have to do to get a good score here. The first thing, you have to state an opinion. And there's really no wrong opinion. You can say for this question your mother, your father, your 2nd grade homeroom teacher. You can pick a celebrity, but there really is no wrong opinion. Second, you have to answer the question directly. This question is asking for one person. If I said teachers, plural, well then I'm not directly answering the question. So make sure you answer the question. For this one, it's one person. 3, you want to use the words from the question in your response. So when I begin to answer this question, I want to start by just saying, the person who had the largest impact on my life was, and then pick one person. By doing this, I just use 9 words from the question in the response, making it a much longer, more complex sentence, which will impress whoever's grading your test. Number 4, my KISS theory. Keep it simple. All you really want to do is show that you understand the question. Don't try to do too much with your response. Now, the format. How do you want to approach to answer it? Well, there's four things you want to do. 1, you want to state your opinion first. 2, you want to give your first reason and the details to your first reason. 3, you want to give your second reason and then your details to your second reason. And then 4th, your conclusion. Now, your opinion and your conclusion, it's basically the same sentence. So for the opinion, I'm just going to say the person who had the largest impact on my life was, and then in conclusion, the person who had the largest impact on my life was. It's really the same sentence, and it's going to help whoever grades the test to be able to follow your answer much easier. Now, there's a few other keys to success that you have to do to get a good score. The first one, you have to use your prep time wisely. So you have 15 seconds. You need to, on a piece of paper, write down your keywords. Okay, I see that's our 3 minutes. Let me just finish this one slide before we finish. So your keywords, you want to make sure you're putting your keywords on a piece of paper, and really you just write your opinion, your reason 1, reason 2. It's just to help you when you're responding to the question. Number 2, you want to avoid the filler words or noises. So you should not be saying in your response. A lot of times it's very common for us to put the word like in the sentence many places where it doesn't belong. So a response where you're saying the person who had the largest impact on my life, that doesn't sound very good. So we want to avoid that. If you don't know what to say, it's okay to pause for a second. We do that very naturally when we're speaking in English. Number 3, our goal is to finish at 42 seconds. Remember, anything after 45 seconds isn't getting recorded. That gives us about 3 seconds at the end, just in case we're running a little bit long. Number 4, it's very important to record yourself and then also to listen to that recording. It's going to help you a lot. It's awkward, I know, but you're going to be able to hear exactly what the person who grades your test is hearing. And then number 5, practice, practice, practice. I really think you should do at least 100 of these before you go and take the TOEFL. Okay, so that's our 3 minutes, a little bit over 3 minutes, but there's one last thing I'd like to do in this video, and it's just to record a response to an independent TOEFL question. So we're going to use the same question, who is the person that had the largest impact on your life? Give reasons and details to support your answer. So let me go ahead, start a timer. You're going to see my notes right over here. I only have 8 words with my notes. So let me go ahead and start that timer, and you can hear what a good response to that question would be. The person who had the largest impact on my life was my mother. The first reason why my mother had the largest impact on my life was because she always protected me. I remember as a child or as a young adult, every time I would go out, my mom would wait up and she wouldn't go to bed until I got home. So I always knew I was protected. The second reason my mother had the largest impact on my life was because she prepared me for life. Ever since I was a child, I knew that I was going to be going to university because my mother prepared me for that. In conclusion, the person who had the largest impact on my life was my mother. And it looked like I finished right around 42, 43 seconds. That would be a very good response on the TOEFL. So, from Rob at Rob's 3-Minute English, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook. I've been uploading a lot of other resources to Facebook to help students study. So as always, from Rob at Rob's 3-Minute English, happy studying. Hello everyone, it's Rob again. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook, where I will be uploading the slides from each of the videos as well as other studying resources. As always, happy studying.